Oh,
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Radiant Clash Cup. I think this is Radiant Clash Cup number 8. We are very excited to have you guys all. My name is Peanut. I have my co-caster here alongside. Say hi.
Hello.
We've got some great games started getting ready for you guys today. Before we do that, we do have to thank our sponsors. Starting off, we have to thank Fluid, connecting communities together to collaborate and enhance their content creation across multiple platforms.
Influence Connections, helping content creators and organizations to grow their brand by providing top quality post-production videos and graphics.
We have Challenger Mode. Take on some of the fiercest competition there is by competing in competitive events held on Challenger Mode. Or if you're an organizer, host your next competitive with them using their in-house organizers. Now, we are getting right into this game very quickly here.
And we are down into the Agent Select, and we see Ascent, which is one of our most played maps here, at least the map I've casted the most here at Ember Studios. And I'm seeing some standard picks. I'm seeing some Sova and some Chamber, which we see a lot here. Peanut, what do you think we're gonna get out of today's game?
Well, like you said, we are seeing the Chamber on the side of Fade, the KO Hover. We are feeling like, but you know what actually is making me very see a ton of Astra some of our matches, and I'm really excited to see what they can pull out. Now that is the side of Shaxters we have there. Shaxters with Splash, Composite, Bard, Chino, and Personal over there.
Is indeed, and I'm seeing a Breach pick, which I'm excited to see. I like watching some chaos being had with Breach.
We definitely love the Breach pick. We love those flashes. Now over there with that Breach pick, we do have our team Fantip. Fantip headed up by Prestige, Zev, Legend, Delete, and X Zach Lee. Should be a great game here between Fantip and Shaxters.
Excited to see the game go down. Hopefully it's as close as it is as some of the other ones that we've seen. Love watching a close game of Valorant being played.
We do love to see that. Now starting off here, looks like we are seeing a little bit here. Excuse me while I fix my microphone.
Take over. We're seeing a little bit of what's looking more like an A push here from Fantip. As they get ready for the first round, might be going into mid a little bit. And seeing as how there's really only one person on A side here from Shaxters, I'm interested to see if it's going to be an easy take or if maybe Splash has some tricks up his sleeve.
We will have to see if they have some tricks up their sleeve. Looking like a quick push through into A site. Well, they're going to look for a little bit of info. Here comes the cat push. Personal with a great shot to start off here. Gonna go for another flash. It gets his one. They don't know behind the corner. They don't check him first. He gets another.
One enemy remaining.
Moving on down, we're into the 3v1. So exactly is the only one left. He takes a pick down, gets Chino out. It's now a 1v2, and again he's all by himself. And Bard is holding this flank here, waiting to see what Exley's gonna do. They kind of got him pinned into a corner here, playing monkey in the middle just a little bit.
Looks like Zackley is pinned in the middle here, and Composite is gonna spot that ball. Is gonna spot out Fade there. Zackley not able to get the spike if the spike is cubby. Composite is holding this angle very harshly. Exactly. Wondering where they are. Gonna peek into this. Gets across. Strangely able to run across and gonna try the back run. Composite not gonna let that happen.
And we really saw Zach Lee down there by himself on site trying to figure out what to do. We had no real help from anywhere, and they knew Fantip knew exactly where the spike was, and they couldn't quite get it. Moving on here, looks like we're going to go more towards a B push for Fantip. As A didn't super work out, but hopeful again here. And it looks like it actually be more of a mid push, which I'm interested to see a mid push this early into the game.
Well, they did like mid on that first round, so it is nice to see them continue to go back to that. They're going to shoot at that fade utility, not going to get any value out of it. Shaxter is cleaning up a lot over there. Chino with another kill, getting flashed out.
One enemy remaining.
And that fade utility doing its work. Bard just going through. Bard and Chino gonna pull in a flawless on the side of Shaxters.
Listen, Chino there with the 3K really just getting in there and holding down B main. Able to really get some good picks in there, taking the 3K, and now it's 2-0 for Shaxters.
2-0, and with this level of aggression they're showing, I pushing farther. You know, they like to level of aggression, playing off the aggression that Fantip is showing. You know, these mid pushes are getting held down really nicely, and I think Shaxters is doing a great job of it. And we're going to continue to see more presence here from Fantip in mid. Now going. We're going to split here now. Personal holding them on for a little bit longer. But Composite going to get a great angle here. Does get the one through the box. I don't know if Shaxter can call out anymore. Down. Personal now going in to clean up, picks up a gun, and backs off. A very safe play on the side of the Shaxters. Really smart not to get too aggressive.
Fantip is just kind of holding back, waiting to figure out what their next move is going to be. They know numbers are not in their favor. Just trying to get set up for the push ahead of them.
Here they come. They're going to continue in. Now Personal gets one, but gets traded out on that side. Maybe deciding to push out or to switch sites here.
30 seconds left.
But Shaxters are going to try and re-clear mid here. Zev, here comes the run. Isn't going to check that corner.
Spike down mid.
Bard with a nice anti-flash, but Prestige gets the better of him here.
You see Prestige is running into sight. He doesn't have much time to plan. Gets the door closed. Got about 2 seconds to get spiked down, and here it goes as the enemy pushes in. He's getting ready for the fight ahead of him. Not much time to prepare. And he is going to go down. Prestige going down. Chino gets the defuse, and Shaxters take this round. 3-0 as we go into the next round. And one thing I'm seeing a lot here is on both sides, no team's really like holding back too much. There is some aggression from both sides that we don't normally see down here in these final games. We normally see some defaults, some slow pushes, and not so for the semifinal game. We're seeing a lot of aggression, and I'm a big fan.
I'm a big fan of it. I'm also a big fan of not committing just to these like traditional just push A, just push B. They all, you know, while it hasn't been working out too well, continuing to push out mid, continuing to show presence, shows that they're worried about this idea of map control. Now here comes Shaxters coming in, but they're going to get taken out. Chino playing, they're going to keep rushing in. Fade Chamber combo. Bard's going to pick up where they left off. And Composite able to finish that round off for Shaxters. What a domination here.
He's exactly really holding down B main really well, making sure that nobody can get through too easily without at least some form of punishment coming along with it. And he's here to say it's his territory and no one's allowed to get in. By exactly, I mean Chino, my bad.
Yeah, I was going to say, Zach Lee's had a little bit of a hard time pushing in the Fantip, but we're looking for a little bit of a different push here. Looks like we are going full split on the side of Fantip. They are trying to kind of split our team of Shaxters up, seeing if they can find any holes here. Bard is going to get spotted and flashed out here. Teleports away, but able to do it safely. Staying aggressive with this op, though.
Getting down to is getting slower. No team really wanting to peek out and possibly get the pick. No one wants to lose the first person first, and means Fantip is going to be sticking back.
I think your comment on the aggression is really coming out. Shaxter's leaving for this rotate here. I'm not sure what they heard, if they heard something from Fantip, but Fantip is now going to come this fatal. But Shaxter's is here to play. This is going to be an all-out battle here. Splash going to be the first one to go down as Fantip. Delete getting into a great position up into heaven. Just spam through that smoke though. Prestige though holding it down here. Fantip are doing a great job. Composite, what a great spam there.
Fantip has spiked down, and it's a 2v5 retake here, and it's not looking too great. Bard has an op, and they already know where Composite is, so they know how to get set up for this this next push as they try and retake, or if they're going to retake at all, maybe they're just going to save.
Would be smart to save, although they are up 4-0.
One enemy remaining.
Exactly, making a nice shot. They want to keep this first round that they win. They want to keep this flawless, and it looks like they are going to do all the Fantip rotating out the opposite way of Shaxter's Bard here. A solid round from Fantip.
Bard saving that op. Not much of a sacrifice when it comes to when it's a 4v1. You can kind of take a round or two to save an op and get ready for the next game. You know, you just got to shake it off and get back in there.
I think this team will be especially hyped, seeing as they do have a full buy, relatively full buy. Splash is on a half shield here, but we all know that half shields don't mean anything. Splash should be able to get their first kill coming in on this next round here.
An aggressive op from Bard, and he takes a shot on Legend and gets it and teleports out.
Bring them down.
Just a really nice. I mean, we've seen a lot of aggression now coming out of the side of Shaxter in A main here. B main, excuse me. It's like we don't even play this game.
Every once in a while I log on.
Right here.
Now 5v4, and it looks like Fantip is just a little less eager to push when they know that there's an op holding every corner.
Nervous is how I would describe this play. As Fantip do creep now into mid, where they do like to play a lot of their rounds. They're going to try and rotate this out. Continuing to get this angle. Does get a little bit of damage through that spam, but not a lot. Gonna try for some darts. That one looks good. Nope, just about misses. But the rest of the team has run through here. Personal trying to deal with them as they've already...
30 seconds left. Spike down.
Bard! Just spamming out his headhunter there. Missing all the shots, but it's unfortunate. Good enough for the info, I suppose.
Prestige with a really nice flash onto Chino here. But Fantip has to be quick about this. They do not have a ton of time to
10
plant.
seconds left.
Bard just peeking out. Doesn't peek out enough. And they are going to get this spike down.
Last player standing.
And Delete takes out Composite, leaving Bard all alone with the op. Oh, and Delete with their namesake, just deleting. Beautiful shot. Fantip take it to 2.
Saw Bard there by himself, not really able to make a move because they knew he was up there in heaven, and they were able to just kind of play around that, play the flashes, play the info, and then at the final moment when it became ready for everybody, flash and take the kill.
Really nice, and really, I mean, kind of a really solid play there from the side, from the Jet on Fantip. I think we have Delete really just staying strong there. We do have a small tech pause here.
And it looks like it got sorted out here. It looks like one of the players' PCs went down for just a second, but we are back and ready for action. This looks like it's going to be more of a split push.
Standing ahead. There they are.
Getting a lot of info out of that dart. Personal going hard.
Ooh, composite.
Ooh, but gets taken down by Prestige. Prestige is looking very nice on. Splash gonna get spammed out here a little bit through this smoke. But Bard, oh, what a app, holding this down.
Spike down mid.
1v1 here, Bard versus Prestige. Bard is holding this angle. Only has 2 shots left, but spots him out. What a shot from Bard. A nice swing coming out, taking out Prestige.
The Chamber ult came out and he came to play. Bard picking up a 3-piece there for his team, making it 5-2. We love to see it. Love to see a great Chamber ult happen.
That really was great. He was able to hold down that mid angle for most of the round, honestly.
Looking more like it's going to be more a split push again than ever. I think they're going to go mid again. It looks like they're kind of pushing out that way.
Yeah, looking at mid. We could be looking at another default on the side of Fantip, hoping to try and pull out a couple mistakes on the side of Shaxter. Shaxter's again with this crazy aggression into B main. Now here it comes, a push from Fantip. Fantip just really playing around in mid here, getting too much out of it. Oh, Chino though with a great swing. Zach Lee coming back on the other side, holding it down, getting a 2. Zach Lee continuing, gonna get another. Oh, but they're out of ammo. That's unfortunate.
No, coming out from Zach Lee. Splash, absolutely deleting.
Splash with a great play here, and now Shaxter is feeling a little deaf. Fantip now coming in for this push here. Undecided. Bard's gonna swing out. Doesn't see the chamber, and Composite gets the other.
Just a little too focused there, and Composite was able to come around the back and get them both in the head at the very end there. Really good
Team play from the side of Shaxters. Really good team play from Shaxters. It's good to know our teams are communicating. Yeah, 6-2.
6-2 as we come to round 9, and it looks like we're going to be more. Spike is on the ground, so this could be an actual default that we see coming, and it looks like it's more heavy side towards B. So we'll see what happens. I see Bard coming outside of B main again.
Bard and Composite missing this fade utility, getting a little bit dangerous. Backing off. Shaxter is playing a little bit safer than they used. I'd still say a bit aggressive. Knowing Legend has this op is definitely changing how they play a tad. Elite though, taking out Composite in mid. Personal wants to reaggress, but isn't sure where to look.
Looks like the team
here's where this
getting over to B. But Bard is still in this corner, and they're just waiting for somebody to peek out. Little do they know, Bard is waiting for them to peek as well.
This position from Bard is going to be extremely important. They haven't made any noise, but here comes the. That utility was great on the side of Fantip, pushing Chamber out of that spot. Now the smoke and the execute, but the fade utility isn't shot. Chino gets one. Zach Lee trades him out. Shaxters are going to let them have sight. It's going to be a 3 take for that. Oh! Legend missing that shot. That's going to be unfortunate. Spamming there, but Legend takes out Personal. Only taking a little bit of damage there. Shaxter is spamming and nothing, and I think this is looking like a save on the side of that. Fantip feeling great in the back of sight there. Looking great too.
Let's take a second of them just holding back, watching every single corner, 2 in Boathouse, 2 in front of Boathouse, just waiting for any kind of info that they can get and shoot off of it the second they get that info.
One might call that a firing squad, and it looked like it indeed, but they're going to rotate. That is going
Something I know I would not want to walk into. But Fanta picks up their third round. It's 6-3 as we go into round number 10. And I'm curious if this is going to be a point where we get some momentum from Fanta. Maybe they figured out what works for them and they start going.
I mean, this is their chance to do it. They are catching Shaxters on not really spy, but not too much. They've mostly all got rifles and full shields. So, but if they were to win this round, this would Shaxters almost completely, leaving Fanta open to take 6-6 half. I would put this at a very crucial round. Bard holding this angle and seeing a lot. They're not going to check that though. Bard gets to teleport away and in the back of sight. That's an aggressive spot.
One enemy.
But Shaxters cleaning up where Bard cannot.
Speaking of firing squad.
Market, that was
Legend
incredible.
Himself.
Oh! Legend not able to do much there. Shaxters and save themselves from what would have been an extremely
And we're coming in round 11, and I'm seeing this split again, and I'm thinking default maybe another mid push. I'm not really sure what I'm doing here if I'm in Fantiv's position as I get ready for these last rounds, which are very crucial to how the second half is gonna go.
Get out of my way.
That works.
I'll have to see. Personal is picking up this first kill here. This aggression in mid from Shaxters is looking great. A new
Fantiv looks like they were trying to do a little fake there. As they threw a bunch. They showed some presence there in B, and they rotate over to A. Nobody, no real aggression, but you know, we got some info, and we move it over. Keep going.
We'll keep going. A big push coming in from Fantip here. Splash holding this wine angle here. I don't know if they're going to clear. It doesn't look like they are. Splash is going to get a huge one here. Going for the triple and gets, but doesn't get anything from that. Oh, that's going to hurt Splash's feelings. Fortunately, Shax was able to clean up the rest of that, where Splash didn't leave, and Composite with a great shot to clean up.
Cleaning up blood. It looks like Splash just had a little problem picking a target there, and he wasn't ready for two people to be out there, and he just had a Spectre, so he did what he could, got some damage, which I still think in the end helped his team get the round, and it's 8-3, round 12, right before we go to the half. What do you think we're going to see from Fantip here? Are we going to see like a latch-this effort to get a round here, or you think we're going to play super careful?
From them. Cover going out.
Let's see if this is working here. Looking like a desperation play coming in on the side of Fantip here, trying to do something in mid with a little bit of weapons. Zev, though, getting a nice shot off.
Coming down to a 3v4. Splash taken out. Legend, it's now 3v3. Numbers are equal. Coming down to the final minute of this round, and looks like it's just going to be a bunch of corner holding, waiting to see what Fantip is going to do here on their final round of attack. And they're holding mid more than anything. It's a dangerous place to hold there on Cat. They're completely open, but right now they are safe.
It is dangerous, but they are going to play this right. This play from Jet, though, in mid is throwing a wrench into the plans here. Here comes the push as Splash goes across. They aren't going to spam, but they're going to go for the trigger discipline again. There's the kill. Splash getting rewarded.
Down A.
Now, Prestige is going to get this and is going to walk across here. Should be able to get the plant down, but chooses not to because they are suppressed. Baiting him out, but Splash comes in to get the 3K. Taking Shaxters on a 9-3 into the next half.
It was good. I saw they tried to change up the pace of the rounds a little bit as it was the last round. They got a little more aggressive, then they stopped and they win again. And then at the end, Prestige was just kind of there by himself on site, knowing that there was more than just one other person there, and it just ended up being a little bit bad. But maybe we see a 9-3 curse here as we get ready. And it looks like the first round from Shaxter is going to be more of a B push with a lurk up A. And that's one of the things you can do as Astra on lurk, since you can use your smokes pretty much from any distance on the map. You can kind of lurk up and still use your util for your team, and smart play for the lurk. And I see Spike on the ground, so we may see a bit of a slower push here as well.
Yeah, the Astra on the other side of the map is interesting. You know, that the callouts are going to have to be quite crucial here, but that lurk is pretty far back. Legend now copying their team here, the other team looking for something. Chino, though, getting aggressive and taking Legend down. Shaxters know how to play against aggression they have patented themselves. Now the contact play out mid is looking great. Composite doing an interesting spray here. They're going to keep going. Shaxters have a big plan for this round. They have rotated from A to mid and all the way back to B here. Prestige just getting chased down. Almost gets that kill off. Zev now taking out Composite with the spray down from Prestige.
Down into the 4v3 on the retake.
Spike planted.
Or 3v4 retake, I'm sorry. Zev getting ready to flash. Looks like the push is about to happen.
Here comes Zev. That flash comes out. Delete gets one, and Zev's here with another. Oh, Delete with a great position, and Zev gets one more. It's a 1v1 here. Zev not... Oh, what a great flick onto that fade utility. Zev's going to try and do what they can. They're behind the box here, so they know they can get it to half. They get off. I'm not sure if they got it to half, and it just got away. And they got the spray. What a shot from Zev. Absolutely incredible. Getting half. Holding it down for Fantip. Incredible sights.
Got sketchy down there at the end. I was scared for sure. Oh my god, what a round though. It's amazing. 9-4 maybe. Fantip just needed to do a little defense to get their mental turned around.
It seems like it, Zev, you know, holding that down for them team. We've seen a lot of really good stuff here, but it looks like that was the quickest tech pause we have ever seen. I love to see that from our players. Having a little bit of crashing, but not too much.
I did think the play there from Shaxters was a little interesting. It looked like they had a premeditated plan with that Astra util already on the ground, and they waited, and then last second they switched around, went tree, and just was able to take site very easy.
You know, it's a really good point, actually, because we commented on that Astra being all alone over there waiting for the smokes, but they committed to it all the way from the start. Chino now dropping the spike again in mid. I wonder if they're planning to go for that sound cue or not. I'd be interested to hear from them. Delete showing off that default knife.
Default knife gets wins.
Prestige now getting ready to see an entire team. Oh, that's a knife. Delete getting 1, 2, and Prestige getting more. What absolute incredible teamwork on the side of Fantip. A great read to have two players cover that spot. Zach Lee getting another on the other side of the map, and we're looking at a flawless for Fantip.
Looks like Composite's just kind of holding back, trying to figure out what to do. Not sure if he's going to save. It is just a Sheriff, but their eco is a little bit down.
And noticing here, I mean, Shaxters or Composite has to go all the way back to grab that spike. They don't know if somebody's there. They don't know if it's covered. I think Composite's probably just looking for exits here. Not really much to do on this round. Looking forward though, Shaxters is going to be on a little bit of a rough buy, having lost the pistol and the bonus here. We'll see if Fantip decides to buy up. I would assume they stick with these Spectres here.
10 seconds left.
I have the spike.
How's it going for the spike? Weird timing, I'll say.
Might just be going for a pick or something.
Legend backing off. Backing off from the original position, gets that, and then gets the kill.
I do appreciate Fantip just sitting back and not getting greedy for that final kill. They just kind of played for round security, not losing any guns that they already had, and just sitting back and waiting for the kill to come to them if it did at all.
Hey, they know they lost that first half 9-3, so they need to win every round they can here, and that means every kill every player they lose, it's one step closer to losing the round. I think you're right. It's a really good play on the side of Fantip here. Fantip going for that aggression in B main here. I'd say this is where the battle of this entire game has been played. Chamber v Chamber violence averted as the rest of the Fantip players, excuse me, decide to rotate over to the Beast A site. Shaxter's putting the spike down, and Prestige is going to get that first kill. Playing around in mid.
Baxter's on side already, just kind of holding it there, trying to play.
Elite getting a really nice kill off that flash there. They kill the win in another hell. Fantip just continuing to go here. Another flawless in the works. Personal, unfortunately, flashes themselves, getting utility dumped. Not able to do anything. Getting pushed back. Personal, though, does get a nice kill through the smoke, but that is not going to be enough. Fantip dominating on the second half.
Now, I know me personally, I have an easier time on defense, and maybe that's just one of Fantip's weaknesses is attack. I have a hard time getting in and taking space. Once I have the space, I can hold it for sure, but maybe defense is just where Fantip thrives, and that is A-okay, especially if they're just going to keep winning rounds like this.
Hey, and yeah, if they've got clutch players like they have in Zeb, like they have in some of their others, you know, maybe they can depend on that. It's a good play, and on a map like Ascent, anything really goes here. 3 lanes of a lot of predictability, but when you have a lot of predictability, that means there's a lot of different strategies you can play with there.
3 lanes of paper thin walls.
There's something. I like that. Paper thin walls, indeed. Chino now looking for this player, not spotting the chamber. If they walk past that, we'll see if that comes into play.
I'm not sure how that Prowler didn't pick up Legend, and Legend having the discipline to not shoot it, but Chino's going to start hitting in, and he doesn't know.
Doesn't know. Legend, also with the teleporter here, is going to be able to do this play. But it does seem like the rest of Fantip is trying to lean towards A. Chino now, just here on the lurk. As I say that, though, the spike continues to go back. Chino, there it is, didn't check it. Legend, though, peeks out a little too early and gives him the info. Chino knows what's up, and Legend teleports out.
I'm not realizing down at 30 seconds we did lose. It's now a 4v5 as Shaxters push in.
Exactly, you're going to take their final position in the back of sight. Holding for something. Legend, though, prepared for it. Shaxter's going to have to be pretty quick about this if they want to make something happen.
10 seconds left.
Oh, Bart.
They've got 5 seconds left. Bart takes down Legend. That's going to be good, but Zackley takes down the other. Zackley holding it down on site, and that is all that needs to happen. Bart going to see 2 players, but not going to be able to do much. Fantip holding Shaxters with time there. Great job.
The comeback is real, and I'm excited for it. It's overtime? Thoughts?
The man has cursed them after winning 4 rounds. I am sorry for my co-caster. I apologize to all the fans of Fantip. I'm sorry your team might lose because my co-caster decides to curse them. As we move into this next round, we hope that Fantip can push through all the adversity that this stream has given them. Fantip throwing their own aggression down B main. Shaxters giving it the respect it deserves. Look at that spike music. That's my favorite spot for the spike. Oh, it's so far.
This is definitely a full default, and they're now going back for the spike.
Yeah, it's a full default with a full commit to A now. They are just full rotating here. Composite going to try and do something with these starts. That'd be cool.
If it worked, I would have been in awe.
I think the spirit of Average Jonas is with us in this game. As Personal and the rest of Shaxters push up, but Delete with the huge spray. Composite taking out Prestige on the other side, but Delete is still there holding that down.
He knows he's there. He's just waiting for it.
Really tight angle held by Delete, but Delete not able that spray. Oh no! Bard punishing that from Delete, and back to a 3v3. Bard very low though. This is gonna be tough for that chamber. And here comes Fantip in. A great spray on the side of Zev, and Zev's holding that down.
One enemy remaining.
Legend taking out another, and Fantip are spraying down from heaven. Fantastic hold.
Now 9-8. I'm getting more excited by the round. Oh, Nez.
I'm sitting over here thinking about not even getting hyped because I know that you've cursed them at this point. So I'm worried. I'm worried for them. But right now they are showing that curse means absolutely nothing to them.
And this is
really
interesting.
solid hold.
It looks like Shaxters is doing the same push they did on the first round with Astro over there on A side as everybody else is over on B.
They would not knock that strat, as it is the one strat that really has worked for them. They did lose that to a clutch, so it is reasonable to see it tried again. And Shaxters is able to get that first pick off. Definitely an advantage coming in here. But once again, yeah. Where's that spike, bud?
I'm looking at the buys, actually.
The buys. Oh, I did not even see the buys. Shaxters on a low buy, not even caring though. Bard has this out, and that is huge for them.
All right, I'm seeing Splash rotate back over to B. It looks like we're going to be a little more on the committing side of B.
I would say with 40 seconds left in the round, it is a pretty good time to commit to the round. Fantip are going to let them take this. Again, we are seeing safe play from them now that they have lost this. That is not very safe, though.
30
Bard
seconds left.
taking them out in mid. Peeking the wrong way, though. Oh, almost get taken out there. Does get turned around here. Play it safe. Legend making tons of noise. Just barely missing that, but Chino with a flick. I think that was moving. Seb doing all they can here. But it is not going to be enough. Shaxters have finally taken their first round on this half. And it is a thrifty at that. Shaxters are not out yet.
It is a flawless thrifty, might I add.
Ooh.
For their first round, this half that they've taken. Flawless thrifty. Insane to see the way that they got it, but I mean, hey, if you can do it, show off.
You know what? Every team needs a round to stop that bleeding, to stop that. I mean, we saw 5 rounds in a row on the side of Fantip. Something needed to happen, and if make it a flawless thrifty if it's gonna be anything, right?
I mean, if you're gonna thrifty, might as well.
Might as well make it flawless. Once again, leaving Splash over on that other site. This time with no spike as the incredible aggression. Here they come. Personal getting one. Playing with that ult. I don't know if they know this person's still here, but Personal is keeping it personal indeed. Throwing more. Gonna keep pushing in. Incredible. Now Bard having to hold down this market position here. 2 players in. Gonna play this safe though. That's a little bit too safe. Gets to take down Delete. But now it's gonna have to play around this utility. Personal though, a huge spray into market. And Shaxters are taking this game back.
And another flawless, and it looks like Shaxters really figured out what's gonna work for them, and that's gonna be hard aggression as they push in and don't give Fantip a moment to think before they're already on site and planting.
That is probably the most unique round we've seen of this game. We have not seen that level of aggression yet, and it worked really wonders for Shaxters. So I see them setting up in the exact same way again. We do see the smokes coming out for Astro. on the other side, we do have 5 ults on the defensive teams. We'll see if they can use that to their advantage. Fantip, recognizing that this push looks a little bit similar, have leaned into mid, but haven't committed now. They're actually committing to rotating back to A. It looks like they're reading this pretty well.
Bring them down. We'll catch them.
Chino great on this utility though.
I'll find you.
Chino though, oh, Chino on personal playing it really nice. Taken down, delete, and Zach Lee. Zev though getting another one through the smoke, so we are back here. We do have a 2v4 here. Fantip doing what they can. Personal though, I mean absolutely solid. Legend holding it down with this op, but that is going to be really tough to retake this site with. Shaxter's looking like they are about to make it to game point.
Dude, Legend playing back. Looks like he is going to push this a little bit. Oh, he's going back for the save. One thing that I would do as well had I had an op, and also 46 health. No shame in saving, especially when we're getting down to what's about to be 12 and 8.
Yes, I mean that save has to come in. They won those first 5 rounds this half, and they have done absolutely nothing since then.
The op off!
Throwing the op off. Unfortunately, that is going to be a big mistake there. They didn't want to give the op to the other team. Unfortunately, the other team has 7,000 credits to each player, so it's going to be a bit much. Legend is able to get that kill, get a rifle back, so they have something. Bit of a hard play on the side of Fantip there. Bit unfortunate.
I think Fantip just is getting a little nervous here. We saw their positioning last round. They weren't really on a site. They were kind of holding back. I think they're trying to play for a retake because I think after that aggressive play we saw from Shaxters, they don't want to commit to a site fully, just in case.
And I am seeing that Fantip does have access. Prestige does have access to this. Sorry, Legend does have access to their tour de force. So dropping that rifle did make sense, but it's weird to see people throw ops off the map in this game. I've seen that more in the unnamed parent game.
Right, and this is where the rubber meets the road for both Shaxters and Fantip.
Look at this play on the side of Shaxters. A full contact into B. They're looking for any pick they can, and the spike is fully committed over to A. Musi. This is weird. This is weird. Chino with a push. And they're going to get another one. Oh my god, delete cleaning that one up. But Shaxters with a crazy push. And now look at this. Fantip have completely fallen for the bait. They are all over on the B side, or they're all over in mid. They do know something's happening, so they figured it out eventually. But Bard holding them down in mid, that's another kill for them. Shaxters and Splash now. That's a lot. Only 2 players left on the side of Fantip. The team that showed absolute strength with this comeback. Not gonna be able to do much though. Composite getting another, and we're gonna see a knife come in. Not a knife, but a backstab. Personal getting the last kill, and Shaxters move on to the grand finals.
And GG to all, an amazing game there. We saw some comeback. I might have cursed just a little bit. My bad.
To the players on Fantip, I would like to apologize. It is my co-caster's fault. But we will be right back in just a few minutes with Shaxters versus our last team in the grand finals. We'll be right back in just a few minutes. Starways, let me know. Oh, wait.
Hello and welcome back to the Ember Studio Radiant Clash Cup, and we are here with our final match. And before we get into that match, we need to shout out some of our sponsors. Here with us, Fluid, connecting communities together to collaborate and enhance content creation across multiple platforms.
We have Influence Connections, helping content creators and organizations to grow their brand by providing top-quality post-production videos and graphics.
And finally, Challenger Mode. Take on some of the fiercest competition there is by competing in competitive events held on Challenger Mode website. Or if you are an organizer, host your next competitive event with them using in-house organizer tools.
Welcome back, indeed. We are back with our grand finals. You just watched Shaxters beat Fantip. So we are now on to the grand finals with Shaxters playing our team X7. X7 is a team that we see they have a lot of good communication, as they all have the X7 in their team, and we'd love to see that here at Radiant Clash Cup.
And here we are in Agent Select, and back on Ascent, might I add. We seem to love Ascent here in the Radiant Clash Cup.
It is what we love, and especially what we love here to see is we love to see Astra. We are getting it again from Splash on Shaxters, which is great. I am seeing almost an identical comp hover on the side of X7. We are seeing a raise there, so it is getting rid of that no duelist comp we've been seeing from Shaxters. But we're seeing that fade, we're seeing that Astra, we're seeing that KO. It's looking really good for X7.
A double Astra might be very fun to watch. I don't think we've had a double Astra, or at least I don't think I've casted a double Astra comp before.
Select your agent.
Still some hovers coming in the final 10 seconds. Looks like it's going to be Fade and KO. So we're just running time down. And
Looks
that's what's
like
going to be in the final.
Just like a little bit of a hover there.
And there it is. There's the lock-in, and we are going into Ascent with... Is this mirrored comps? No, it's not.
Nope.
Close enough, though. And actually,
we are seeing that
now
no
I'm looking
duelist.
at it,
Yeah,
no
but-
duelist.
Yeah, we are seeing no duelist on the side of Shaxters, and they I think they did play the same way last. Yes, they did. Yes. Same comp as last game on Ascent, so looking good for them. They won that game 13-9. Saw a little bit of a comeback in the final bits of the second half, but were able to hold it down. We haven't been able to watch anything from X7 today, so we'll have to see how they play this comp themselves. I love seeing the fade raise combo. It's a really great, it's just really great. Makes me happy. Makes me think of Plat Chat.
Makes me think about chat. All right, and on attack we have X7 here first, and it looks like X7 is going to push more towards an A site here, which is unusual. We don't normally see an A push first. At least the last round we had B every round.
Well, we do if they are going alphabetical. And we are seeing similar to like an opposite of what we saw. It looks like Fantip did last time when they left that Astra. Sorry, I think I'm not mistaken. It was Shaxters who left that Astra all the way on the A site and pushed the rest towards B. Seeing pretty much the exact opposite of that. Chamber now on the side of X7 is going to rotate back over, and X7 are going to commit to this push onto A. Splash getting utility dumped here, not able to peek out just yet. Let's see if that trigger discipline comes in. He gets one, but just able to get a little bit of a spray. X7 get a lot in there, and Composite getting the push. Composite though, great shot from them. Another shot here. Oh, Uzi though with a beautiful swing off of Composite, and Simulate is going to be left here on site by themselves. Looking very tough indeed for Bard. This Heaven push comes in. The spike is finally going to go down for X7 as Bard swings around this Heaven position. Will catch one, but not able to catch him. X7 Simulate takes them out. And that's going to be a round win for X7.
All right, and coming into the second round, looks like X7 is going to go with the spike more towards B, maybe more of a B push, and it looks like B is going to be held just a little bit less by Shaxters. Sorry, I had to make sure the team name was right.
Mm-hmm.
And Spike is being dropped in your favorite spot yet again.
It is my favorite spot, but you know what that means? It means that we are probably going to see a large commit to this rotate. I expect to see a heavy amount of pushing here on this, heavy amount of noise on this B site. As they made that noise, Uzi's going to teleport out now, playing it safe, and that rotate's going to come in. But it seems like Shaxters knows what's going on. They have taken complete control of mid, which is absolutely painful here. Chino's going to pick one off as they go around, getting that first blood.
As a consequence, A side is completely open here for X7. They're going to be able to get Spike down and get set up before Shaxters is able to get back on and figure out what's going on.
Planted.
What an interesting play from X7. Really well played to get themselves on site. They do lose one in that rotate, but it's all good. Shaxters now getting ready for that 5v4 retake. Waiting for Personal to come in on that flank. They get the first, but Simulate trades them out. Trixon gets another, getting him all from hell. And Trixon goes huge. Trixon and Johnny, what an absolute play from them under hell.
You know, one of the sites I hate retaking the most in this entire game is A site Ascent, because your options are really just jump down and you lose accuracy when you do that. You don't know what you're jumping down into. You can flank and then there's just three chokes that you can come into, and
that flank takes forever, honestly. So yeah, you really honestly, unless you have a position play or position there already, you can't really depend on that flank. And then the other option, exactly what you said, is a really rough choke coming out of that door.
Seeing more lean towards A side. I mean, if it ain't fixed, don't break it. We're going towards A again here on X7.
Trying not to fix and break too many things, but it looks like X7 is breaking themselves as they flash each other on this A site. Not going to get much here, as Shaxters is playing this very safe.
Looks like we're still holding back, maybe just a little bit. Maybe we're rotating, maybe into mid tree. I don't know. The sky's the limit here. We have time somewhat on the side of X7, and it looks like Shaxters is going to not give up any site at all until they know for sure. They're not going to go for that retake again. It looks like X7 is just going to keep control of their side of the map and figure out where they're going to go from there.
Posit looking for anything on that B site, but not going to find much. X7 now doing a full contact play up through this mid site. Uzi's going to possibly find somebody in that tree position there. As the push starts to come in from X7.
30 seconds left.
A large presence in A main. Chino, though, getting a spray, and Splash getting another, both through the smoke. That's what Shaxters needed. Uzi, though, trading out Personal in Trita. Uzi, though, going huge. Chino is holding this site down for their team. Chino with a 4K. Great showing from Shaxters. Finally giving us something to play with here.
I wonder how many times in this tournament they've played Ascent in a row, and honestly, at some point you gotta wonder if it's just muscle memory now, just because sometimes they played it today.
How many have they played it every? I mean, they played it at least twice.
Shaxters at least have definitely at least played Ascent twice, but either way, we are moving in, and it looks like we're spread out across the map and on the side of X7. Spike is down. We're seeing a bit of a default. Looking for picks. Flash here only with a Spectre on A by himself, and it could be an easy retake if they decide to commit, but it looks like on the side of X7, we're just going to stay back, and both chambers are out of play as well on either side of the team, so no more Sentinels.
X7 was, yes, exactly. Those chambers are down, so we are going to have to watch our flanks a little bit more. The spike is still down. It looks like X7 is still looking for a pick before they decide on a site here. They've got a minute left, so they've got the time, and here comes the rotate in. They're going to start leaning towards B.
Down here in the last 50 seconds of the round, and they haven't committed, and it looks like they're going to run over to B last second. Looks like Shaxters is kind of holding off B as well. I don't think they know what the play is here on the side of X7, and X7 really making them guess and wonder. we're down to the final 30 seconds, and nobody's budging on either side.
30
No,
seconds
but
left.
Shaxters has done a great job to play this safe here. They are going to look for some sprays through the smokes here. Aren't going to get much yet. Although they still are in position to do it. The full rotate is coming in as X7 are able to jump onto site here. Composite getting one through the smoke.
10 seconds left.
As the spike goes down to 4 seconds, X7 down to a 3v4 here. Look at that flash teammate. I'm a big fan of that.
Here comes the ult.
Fate ult comes in. A lot of utility, a lot of people being seen, but they aren't getting killed. There's the kill. Personal gets Jay, and Johnny goes down as well. All that's left is Trixon, and Trixon isn't able to do much. Takes one down, but Personal's gonna get that defuse. Hands it off to Composite.
We saw some fake plays here from X7 and how they were just kind of making him guess all around the map. But once it comes down to the spike being down, everybody's kind of huddled onto one site, and that fatal really gave Shaxters an advantage there as sound was cut, and they were able to have a literal direct line straight to each player that got caught in that ult, and they were able to just come in and take that site.
Teleport's ready.
Off to Chino for that round, and Spike is back down in spawn, and we're looking at the players spread out across the map, and I'm ready to see what's going to happen.
It looks like Uzi is gonna try and pick off somebody here. They've got a 2-stack over there, trying to pick off a flank, but doesn't look like much is gonna go in. Bit of an eco coming in here for X7. They're definitely trying to play this safe, looking for a pick or two before they really decide on a site. But Shaxters isn't giving them anything.
Sitting back and waiting seems to be the theme of this game right now. Both teams just really waiting because nobody knows what X7's going to do, and Shaxters just don't want to give up a possible opening for X7 to exploit, so they're just kind of spread out across the map, and everyone's watching, waiting. And when the push happens, hopefully making the best out of it.
There really have been no truly aggressive peaks on the side of Shaxters. They've stayed very safe here. As X7 contact up this A main here.
No, I'm seeing the smoke and gravity well come in here from Pastra. Possibly a couple picks
30
here,
seconds left.
if not at least one.
Here comes the execute into sight. They have gone in. Splash is getting one and gets another. Bard gets another one in mid though. And Shaxters have done a beautiful job in holding this. Simulate sitting in a smoke thinking they're invisible, but they ain't. Shaxters get a third.
Another duality of A-side is if you are pushing it and they're already there. Playing in hell is just not the place you want to be in. You have nowhere to go and everywhere to lose.
Right, you are there.
Shaxter is up 3-2 as we come into round 6, and we're seeing a spread across the map, and Shaxter is doing this typical spread out, looking for info, kind of hold as they've been doing for these past couple rounds, and yet again, Splashes on A side by themselves, and it looks like they're leaning more towards B on defense side.
You are leaning more towards B, and we are going to see a little bit of mid presence come in here for X7. Uzi almost getting caught out by the utility, but escaping now, and now the rest of X7 is going to do everything they can to push through into this mid area. Composite, this drone is going to do a lot of damage if he can spot anybody. If they can spot anybody here.
I said 3 lanes of paper thin walls, and they are showing that off right now. Bard!
Great shot from Bard. And Shaxters have not rotated at all yet. They've seen all this presence, but they really have done very little. They know that one person over on B was truly just one person. Personal now jump peeking into market or into tree here, and this is gonna get a ton of information.
30 seconds left.
Fado coming out, and that's gonna get X7 onto site.
It's like we're gonna have a This retake come mainly from Heaven, and the ults from Astra is coming out.
Catch them.
Chino trying to do something, but Johnny gets the better of him. Personal and Composite go bigger, but Jay and Trixon are holding this down. Trixon's the last one in there. Jay's really on the other side of hell, but that's not going to do much.
Ooh,
Composite and Bard absolutely taking control of that site.
that was one of the better retakes there. I really like the unison rotate from Shaxters there as the ult from Fade came out, and they all knew it's crunch time, and they all run over to A, and they know they no longer need to hold anything else. As
That's a good
the site came in, and the retake was just beautiful.
Now, on the Eco with X7, we are looking at a crazy amount of aggression coming in that B garage site. They are going to run right into Composite. But unfortunately, Composite's not set up for a spray here. That Dart's not going to get too much info. A lot of presence shown from Shaxters in mid. But X7 is fully committed to this B push. Quiet B push. Watch this.
You are divided.
Here comes the Astra Wall, and here comes the push. X7 getting ready. No, they even baited me. They are waiting.
But this time, Composite is going to know. They know nobody's come through just yet. They'll be able to call it.
They do know, but they haven't pulled the rotates yet. Just yet. Here's the one rotate.
Chino.
Chino does a beautiful swing, gets Johnny. Not gonna find much. But now X7 are trapped. Shaxters knows exactly where they are, and they're gonna push and hunt. But X7, they've got a good position here. They didn't know about Fade. Here comes Trixon, takes out Composite. They're swinging this back on him. That was an incredible blunder from Shaxters. They didn't check that corner, and Fade was able to pick them up. X7 swinging this round back in their favor.
Coming back down to a retake, a 2v3 retake at that. They know where Splash is going to be. Doesn't quite get the flick up into the haunt. Looks like it's going to be a pincer retake here.
Bard, though, getting a great pick off that flank. Down to the 2v2. Bard finding a great swing and another! Absolutely incredible scenes from Bard.
Going off there. He didn't even need his other teammate to take back this site. He had it, and he knew it, he took it out, and now it's 5-2 as we go into round 8.
Bard saving Shaxters from that blunder there. A really good scene from them, and X7 are going to take a time out there. I completely agree with that one. X7 had a really great start to this game. That pistol and the second round really had a great showing, and then Shaxters just pulled it all out. They won that, kind of weird buy in round 3, and they have been steamrolling ever since then. I mean, I totally get the idea of the timeout here.
Trying to stop momentum. I still think the timeouts are mainly used for icing the other team. At least that's what I would be using them for, especially if they were on a hot streak and we weren't doing great. So I think X7 is just taking this timeout to discuss and possibly get any momentum from Shaxters down as we come into this. And then it's an early timeout, but I think it's definitely needed, especially on this half, just to make sure they did everything they can.
We are noticing that it looks like Shaxters are able to get onto these. Excuse me. They are letting X7 get onto these sites. They do have 3 defuses here. It's interesting to see if they're going to be able to hold them off these sites, or they're going to continue to play retake. Retake works for them. I mean, stick with it. X7 are going to have to find some way to break through that wall, though.
No, interestingly, we see X7 all on the same side this time. This could mean the beginning of some aggression from X7 pushing in.
Shaxters going for 2 here. Cheeto and Trixon are able to trade 1-1 each. What a great flash on the side of Trixon, but isn't there to peek it in time. Oh, Cheeto with a drive-by. Trixon not expecting that fast of a flash. And that's a huge spray from Personal. Oh my goodness. Shexters are not letting this one go. Holy mark it down. With
It looks like the
strong-
timeout just gave Shaqsters time to hype up and get ready. They also had time to talk about their strategy, and they really know what's going on now.
Really, just a solid hold from Shexters indeed.
I'd be wondering what X7 is going to do now. It looks like they're going back to their old technique of splitting up and trying to take as much of map control as they can.
They do need to take a little bit more map control. What we saw having success against Shaqsters from FanDip was some of that mid-aggression, mid-pushing. And we need to see a little bit more of that from X7. If they don't take this mid-control, I mean, they're not getting flanked too much, but they're not showing Shaqsters that they're anywhere else. They need to do something to basically put some more pressure on their opponents here.
Chino down.
Mixing that fleek there, and Uzi getting a really nice early pick.
See this intake. I'm wondering if maybe this is just another case of needing to be on defense before we can really get some work done here from X7. And I think every round they can get on attack is just going to be as helpful as possible, because once defense comes, we see what Shaqsters can do.
That dart is going to give a lot of information to the side of Shexters. X7 going to fake a little push in here and start to rotate back. That noise is going to be available to Shexters. Uzi with a nice pick on the flank there. But Composite with a huge spray over on the other side. Uzi and Personal doing something over on the back here. Composite's going to check out Uzi as well, but Uzi's going to get back onto site. And we've got a 3v3 retake on the side of Shexters here.
Maybe some lineups from Composite.
Composite seems to know the correct dart here. Gets a good dart out and clears the site. But Johnny, what a great shot. Composite on 3 here. Gets the flick back onto Uzi. Uzi's on here. And we are, but oh my goodness, Composite, what was that? An absolutely crazy push from them, and Jay holds it down. X7 squeak out a 3rd round.
Composite is so close to an ace on that round too. They've been doing very well this whole series. Really, we've seen some solid plays from them, and honestly, I thought it was going to happen. I have been victim to the right click more times than I care to admit, and I saw it coming, and then Jade was just able to get the up flick there and pop him in the head. It's just unfortunate to see.
Jade was very ready for that. Unfortunately, the free gun does not do what they want it to do.
Play, let's play.
As X7 prepare for a little bit of a default here. Finally taking my advice and potentially getting into mid here. Bard on a really weird position, gets the pick and the teleport. Not without losing a little bit of health here, but that will be okay. Shexters. I would bet you that Shexters has won. I know they won at least 5 first bloods here, and they're about to take on, wow, Uzi though. What a return off on that chamber there. Back to a 4v4.
Each chamber to be chamber battles are always fun to watch. Super Op versus Super Op.
Face your fear!
Here comes the Fate ult.
Fade Out comes in and clears spawn and back site. But the push is coming in. On the other side, the flash goes out and Personal isn't able to do it. The other KO is able to take them out and splash. Unfortunately, that rat play is not going to work out there. Composite trying to do something through the door.
Spike planted.
And this is looking like X7. Composite, though, staying strong here. A really nice pick from them. And they're going in for more. But Jay's holding a very close angle. And the swings are going to be dirty here. One after another. They're all going to play off each other. Composite's going to have to go absolutely huge. This dart is going to give them some information, but not enough. The swings aren't going to come. And Composite's going to swing right into it. Trickster picks it up. And X7 get a 4th.
I think Composite was playing there just for a possible pick or two before he exited out. But they have been doing And they've been, that's the second time they've been put in the clutch here now. Coming 6-4 into round 11. The half is nearing its end, and it's crunch time for X7 to either meet them at 6 or what we're gonna see.
And this round is really going to depend. It looks like it's going to depend on Splash here playing this B site, as the rest of Shexters is finally going to do some aggression. Look at that push up mid. They have crossed through and they have picked off a couple. I mean, destruction on the site over there. Chino cleaning up on the backside here. Isn't going to be able to do much. And Composites now coming around, cleaning up on Johnny, and that's another. Trixon can't stand the weight of Shexters.
There it was with Composite with the 3K, 1 HP. Redeeming themselves from the past 2 clutches, they were able to get that 3K and take it for their team.
That aggression coming out from the side of Shexters was absolutely beautiful. We needed to see them change something up to win another round here, and I mean, what a great showing from them. They wanted to avoid that 6-6, and they did that spectacularly. Going into this now, though, X7 trying to stay at 7-5.
We see it look like it's going to be an aggressive push from X7 as they're trying to go back and just mess up the timing.
Trying to do something, but now they are preparing for that quiet rotate. They've cut all noise. We'll see if X7 is going to pull out anything here, but the utility is going to come out, and they are going to get ready for this push. Here goes X7. The Astro Wall comes out, and Bard goes down, or Uzi goes down. They're going to get that onto site, but they are stuck in Speedway right now. Bard is here with them and takes out one, takes out another. Bard's going to go huge. The Sentinel on site. Absolutely incredible scenes from Bard. Back site, holding it down. Shexters take it to 8.
Yeah, I'll tell you what else I'd like to see. Bard got the pick and then teleported back to Boathouse. He didn't get too greedy. He didn't overheat. He wasn't looking for another one. He took it back and waited for them to feed him the kills, and I really think that got them the round, and Bard just really popped off, got the 4K. It was amazing what we saw there.
Bard knowing exactly what to do with these teleports. We have seen that. We saw a little bit of that. I think that was in the last game as well, when they teleported away. It was a 5v1. This chamber was winning, had only one person to kill, and still teleported away, made the smart play to teleport away and get the safe kill on the running Sova. This is a good chamber we have to see here. It really is.
It's 8-4 at the half, and now we see Shexters are now the ones on attack.
Uzi with a nice flick, and Simulate getting a grenade kill as well.
A little less anxious to push there into B main. So they know a chamber is up high. Holding angles.
And just continuing to walk into the same angles. Uzi getting another kill from there. Flash gets a kill off on the other side, but Simulate's there to trade it out, and all that's left is Composite on the side of Shexters. Shexters again having trouble on this initial start to their attacking half.
Composite being the only one alive. He doesn't know he's about to push and to the other team.
That being said, though, I would rather have Composite as my clutcher than anyone else on this team. Composite has shown that they are a really solid player. Unfortunately, Uzi getting the better of them with that raise nade coming in there. X7 win their first round of the half. Probably the best way to start off the round of the half if they want to win this game. Of the two options, I would say it's probably the best one.
It looks like over here on Shexter's side, they're going to go over towards more of a B push here, more B aggression, which maybe a strong push and like a fast take on site was going to be what's going to really like get the ball moving with them.
Maybe it is, and I think they are agreeing with you. Here they go as they push in Lots of pistols here, and Uzi holding it down with that hero rifle. Trixton getting a grenade kill there. Really nice from X7 to hold that down. They get one pick and they back off. Smart plays from X7, ready to play this retake on the B site.
Spike planted.
Uzi playing over there, and X7 continuing to take advantages here. As X7 get ready for their push, they start running down Speedway, but Simulate's getting more. Uzi gets the final kill on Composite jumping through Speedway. That's 2 rounds on the side of X7. Very similar scenes to what we saw last game.
We're really left to wonder if it's just because of the side change, that it's a change in momentum, it's a change in what we're doing. Maybe they just need a second to recuperate from playing defense so much to switch onto an attacking mindset, or maybe just the first couple rounds don't go good for them. Who knows? Either way, it's 8-6 coming into round 15, and we still have the rest of the game.
They have every round to redeem themselves. They really do. But this round is going to be an interesting one. We've got looks like a rough buy coming out from X7. Looks like they've got a bit of a bonus with those Spectres. Full rifles coming out on the side of Shexters, hoping to kill the momentum of X7 in the second half. A lot of presence from Shexters in mid. A lot of presence from X7 in mid, excuse me.
Oh no.
X7 getting this early aggression. And getting a kill. There's your Raze name that you love so much. X7 getting that, but Bard Uzi going huge with the 2 around there. Trixton's there to help him out, but Splash is there on the top. Uzi's just going huge. A flick over 90 degrees to get that one on the top cat. And this chamber is saying no way to Shexter's aggression.
Aggressive.
You know, the last one alive, and Shexter Uzi is just not letting it go. A 4K for X7 Uzi.
Uzi popping off, and you know what I've seen? I've seen some aggression here from X7 as on defense. They're not afraid to take some space out there in mid and really capitalize on that and try and mess up Composite's pushes up, because I'm sure they're not ready for them to be pushing out that fast that early, and it just throws off the timing of everything. And X7's doing a great job of just messing up the timing.
They are, and they're playing this defensive half. I mean, a lot like an aggressive defensive team. It's really great to see that. Shexter is now readjusting, adapting, and playing a bit of a early default here, but then getting ready to rush through onto this mid push here.
That works.
I see a Stinger, so that makes me scared.
Stinger, possible best weapon of the game. I'll say it.
But Trixton is not scared. There's that Vandal we all love so much, as they're going to hold that down. Not knowing how many players are on the opposite side of that wall.
You know what, though? We're down to 50
Shexter's
seconds and still 5v5.
I'll find you. No try.
5v5 indeed. That Shexter's get in. Chino doesn't spot that player, but Personal does. Johnny goes down. As does Simulate. I think that was running. Personal's on fire, though. Uzi not able to get that one. Misses 2. Gets the 1, and oh my goodness, Composite missing theirs. Uzi's having a blast. It goes for another. It took a little bit for Uzi to warm up, but they're here to play.
Now a 2v3, and Uzi's half health, but I don't think that's going to stop him from popping off.
It really isn't. Chino was the last one left with virtually 1 HP. Uzi getting another multi-kill, a 3K on the round, bringing it to a tie game. X7 has got to be riding high.
We are in a brand new game here as we reach 8-8, because now it's even. We're basically literally playing a brand new game.
We are basically literally playing a brand new game. I have to agree with that. We have so many rounds yet to play. This one's looking like mostly a normal buy for most of our players. Actually, we are going to see a full buy. A little bit of half shields on Bard, but who cares if you're an Opper? You don't need any shields at all. Looks like a heavy showing towards this A site to start off. Splash gonna throw off a little bit of smokes, but that ult coming in on the side of Composite's gonna be helpful. Breaks up that site a little bit, and they're looking for as much damage as they can do.
It's like the aggressive
Composite with a really nice start.
Shock Dart kills are fun.
Dark kills are fun. As the quiet comes out, though, they're going to re-drone, try and clear this a little bit more. They did not pull the rotates that they thought they did, as they're going to try and take this site 4v5.
Like X7 is not falling for anything, and here comes the arrow, and they're going to find out real quick that X7 did not rotate at all.
It didn't, and they are continuing to hold this flank. Personal gets a nice kill on the site player, and site is now clear except for that market, and except for the market player. Personal takes out Uzi, but Jay's still here. Decides not to go for that flank and instead to help their team through market. Trixon now trading it out. And they're going to take this retake two-pronged. Excuse me, they are going to regroup here. Coming up here, Trixon with a huge kill there, but isn't able to get the one on Composite. Composite's the only one left here. Or sorry, Jay's the only one left here. Coming around, are they going to see the one right underneath them? Not going to see it, jumping right over Splash, and Splash taking the easy kill on Jay. Checksters get their first round of the half, and that is very needed on their side.
And this could be the beginning of a turnaround. We see this is their first round this half. So we'll see what Composite can do with this as it's 9-8 in round 18. X7 holding mid just barely. Looks like B site's just going to be held by a trapwire from Uzi.
Seems like it. We are seeing a heavy lean towards that A site. And we are looking at a little bit of a tech pause here, as it seems like one of our players is having a little bit of connected issues. We look at the buys a little bit here. We can see that X7 does look like they are going to be able to hold out with a full buy here. Actually, both teams are looking like they are able to buy everything up.
And it looks like it's going to be more of an A push here from Composite, although we see some people holding back, and so it could be more of a default. Spike is down, and again, it's like X7 is going to be holding A side more, which is bad because Composite is leaning more towards A side, and I would really hate to push into that had to be them.
I also would. We might be seeing some just goofing off here as we wait for this tech pause to come in. I would like to see a really extreme hold though from the side of one of these teams. I like this. If they are going to push on through this aggression too, I'd love to see that, because being able to take all that space would be really interesting for the side of X7.
Now, although this is a tech pause, I'm sure there is some talk going on, and I think from Composite, there is some serious talk going on, not only because one of their players is out of the count right now, but what do you think you're talking about if you're on Composite side here?
Well, assuming that player is going to be able to come back, I would be talking about holding this lead. It is unfortunate that this tech pause is coming in right off the back of a round win for them. They had just killed the momentum, and now they're effectively killing their own momentum based on whatever's causing this tech pause. I would hopefully be talking about making sure that they stay up and they stay positive through this and really do hold this momentum. We are looking like they are reconnecting now. We were seeing some freezing. It looks like we were seeing some freezing issues on the side of Checksters, but we are back on. Chino is back in the game, and we are ready to go. We here at Ember Studios are all about competitive integrity. Make sure all your players are in game.
And the round starts in 5 seconds.
The round starts in 5 seconds, and look at this yin-yang of a map. We've got X7 completely pushed over on A, and we've got Shexters completely over on B. All that's left over here is our boy Johnny. Johnny gonna just lean back over to mid and going to let Shexters take this site. Fortunate read.
We're seeing some great aggression coming out of Composite. They're really taking side a lot faster. Through the Astral Divide coming out, and Uzi
Johnny, nice pick on Chino. Oh, and X7 just getting demolished through this wall here. Bard gonna have to go big. That's a huge spray from Bard, though.
going crazy, and it's just been the pattern. Bard's been going off this week, last week. He's been doing great this whole series.
What an incredible play from Bard, waiting it out in that smoke and going absolutely huge as they push onto site. One of our returning players is continuing to show why they are a top-level player in this game. Incredible scenes from Shexters. X7 doing what they can to try something else. Look at this aggression in mid. They've got 3 players down the middle, 2 coming up from Cat. All of this aggression towards mid. They don't know what's going on the other sides. But fortunately, Shexters have not pushed too much. They are continuing to play a default. And X7 is really still in a fine position here.
Looks like this could be the turnaround for Composite. Going into A side, a relatively clear side, although X7 is kind of slowly going or flowing back into A. Composite still has the advantage here. Is 2 are more outside tree, and 1 is, and it with Simulate is holding heaven with a Sheriff.
The Fade utility goes in, and the push comes in. Shexters not able to hold this site as they are not able to get push in too quickly. Uzi able to take another pick here as they cross. The door goes down, and now Uzi is going to go back to check this flank. Shexters have this site solidly.
Plant is down in 45 seconds until the end of the round is upon us, and Splash throwing out of smoke, trying to take Heaven control, and he's going to be able to get it. Is he going to push into it, though?
Splash doing what they can. They have to pick the right moment here. Here they come. It's 1! It's 1! Isn't able to get enough, and unfortunately they go down. Uzi gets another one on top of that, and it is all down to the chamber here. Bard, though, Bard is the one to do it. There's 3 players here, though. That's 1, 2. That's 2 kills, but the T-Fuse comes in for Bard doing everything they can.
I saw a clip coming from Splash. I saw it coming, and he got in. I just think he didn't know that there were 3 inside the smoke, and it didn't quite work out for him. But hey, he was able to get 1, and Bard there was able to clean up the rest, unfortunately, after the spike was defused. But good stuff on Bard's side nonetheless. And it looks like we're going to be going A side now on Composite. Maybe a little bit of mid presence. I'm seeing Stingers.
You want to play?
A broken buy for sure.
Shexters on this broken buy, but they are still able to give Personal their KO. They gave Personal the op. Now, Chamber does have the ops as well. So we are going to see 2 ops on the side of Shexters. There's no duelist comp on attack with 2 ops. You don't see that every day.
I'll find you.
You know, with really just continuing to show really good work with this utility.
There.
We see players all across the map on both sides, and I'm ready to see what happens as time goes down.
This wine position coming in from X7 is going to be pretty big if they can continue to hold it. Trixon is able to spot out a little bit of information that they are still in mid. They don't know how many.
Right here.
X7 bringing some more players over. Look at this wine position. Again, Simulate has not given any information out, and Jay is here. Now here comes Simulate. Unknown still. Less players there than before.
30 seconds left.
And there comes Simulate. That wine position coming in good. Takes out Personal, takes out that op. Johnny now looking for another. As X7 have taken control of this 20th round. Uzi going for that kill off the op. And gonna find one more. Splash, though, coming alive. 20 health, though, is gonna be difficult to make anything happen. Uzi holding that cross, and that's the 20th round going to X7.
We are back to 10-10, and we are going round for round, which makes for a very exciting game, especially here in the final. These teams have truly gone from the beginning all the way to the end, and they're here to prove that they are the best out of everyone in this tournament. Round 21 is upon us.
All set up.
Round 21, I am seeing double Astra ults. And we've got that Sova ult on the side of Composite. We have seen a lot of interesting plays on the side of Composite, and Composite is back up here. A really aggressive play on the side of Uzi, though. Not able to get anything and then backs off.
See, they're playing back here, and I'm wondering if it's going to be a fake rotator, if they're just looking for picks, trying to get info, trying to figure out what they're going to do. And
Where are you?
looks like that's the case with the info util being thrown out.
And X7 really loving this position in A main, and they're going to continue to hold it as the rotate is going to come back in towards this A site. Simulate in that wine position with Fade helping him out, but here comes Bard, able to get a really nice shot off on Uzi. Bard is writing the script and committing to it.
Concealment, obscuring vision.
Splash gonna run right into this, and X7 are not gonna be surprised. Composite is gonna take out Johnny, but they still don't know about this wide position. They have to expect it from before, but they don't know yet. How long is Simulate gonna stay alive? Not very long. Personal getting taken down, and Trixon having to dance around this ult. Looking tough for X7 now on this 21st round.
Saw some great Fade util mixed in with Sova ult, and they were able to get some pings, get some chip damage, some kills, and really played out well there for Composite.
It really was a good showing on the side of all the Shexters there, and X7 agreeing with us and deciding to respect this round and go for the save. They are going to need it here. Low buys on the side of Uzi and Johnny. Simulate able to hold themselves down, but see how that works.
Hanging out in both hats with a Vandal and an Operator, and I don't know if we're going to see it or not, but it looks like they're searching for a couple kills over on Composite side, and they may just respect the save.
It does look like Personal is searching for something in there, but not going to find much. X7 knowing that these guns are really gonna dictate whether or not they have a chance in this 22nd round here.
Eleven and 10 as Composite gets set up for the round ahead of them.
That's a good spot.
I'm being told it is the only round that the spike has gone off.
This should do. Here.
That is the only round this fight goes on. We did get a defuse on the side of X7. Two defuse on the side of X7, but finally able. Shaxters are able to get that bomb off. And now we've got a great contact play coming in on the side of Shaxters here as they push up into this tree position. Simulate once again looking for a weird angle here. Getting a little bit aggressive though. Wants to clear the angle but doesn't know that the people are there. Splash is here to play off of it as Bard gets a kill on Trixon.
Splash being a cheeky angle here. I'm worried.
Is a cheeky angle. We'll see if Splash is able to hold on to it. We've seen a lot of disciplined shots from them. Shaxters once again playing super slow and steady. Rotating back through mid. Personal with the spike. Pushing in here.
30 seconds left.
X7 has spotted something over on B side, and they're gonna send somebody over, but now they're gonna hear this rotate coming in, so they know it's gonna be A, and they are in a great position for it. Simulate getting blocked off by the wall, but Johnny, a huge kill, and Simulate and Johnny are going big. Composite takes out Simulate as he still overheats just a little bit, but Johnny's there to hold it down. Bard is the last one left, and you would rather like to have nobody else but Bard. But with 5 seconds left and on the other side of the map with an op, I have got to say there is no chance in heck.
It looks like Shaxters are now the ones on the save. It is an op, so it's a respectable save, and we're down to 11-11. Round 23 is coming up, and we're still round for round, and I'm loving what I'm seeing here as the sides have switched.
Yeah. And you know what's crazy? We are back on. I think what's said before. This is a brand new game. Just a brand new game here at 11-11. I'm really excited to see how close we get to this overtime. Anybody who doesn't know, overtime is a win by 2, getting to 13. So if any of our teams get to 12, they are going to be on that match point. A beautiful shot of Uzi onto Bard. Taking Bard out early is going to be an absolutely crucial moment for X7.
You are powerless.
Shaxters doing what they can now on a low amount of people. Trixon takes out another with Chino, but Chino's still going huge. Takes out the Opera there. Simulate is not letting this go. It's a 3v2 retake for the side of X7. Uzi looking for some sort of spray here as they get ready for a speedway push. It's going to be tight here as the players of X7 are playing together, but Personal goes down after taking down Simulate. Johnny takes him down, and Johnny takes out another. Johnny is playing huge. X7 take the first lead, their first lead of the game. Got to be feeling themselves right now.
Now this is where it really comes down to crunch time, because if X7 can pull up this next round, it is game over. So Composite is going to do everything. I'm sorry, Shaxter is going to do everything they can to
My treat.
pull ahead and make it a time go into overtime.
That they do. They have been ahead this entire game up until this last 2 rounds when they were tied and then lost the lead. They have got to be feeling the pressure now. They had it. They had it through the first half. They've got to be feeling themselves.
A gift.
Oh, round 24 could be the last round of the game. And it looks like this is going to be a split push.
I'll find you.
But a quiet push, loud pushes. Look, we saw this from Shaxters last time. They went aggressive on the B site, and they're pulling everything off. But they might not have done enough. There is no noise coming on that B site. Look at this push. This is absolutely beautiful on the side of Shaxters. They have now contacting onto A site. They're going to close this door and take it all. X7 looking confused. Shaxter is pulling this out on their last round, 2 in a row. Chino getting the first blood here, and that's going to be huge for them. X7 on their match point, trying to make something happen here. They're going to be grouping up and pushing out of heaven, 1 at a time. Here they go. Simulate with the ult. They could get 2 if they go behind. They get 1 under hell, and it's trading back and forth. Trixon now with less players. There is 1 left here. They get 1. There's another there. They aren't able to get it. Uzi gets the 1. It's a 1v1, and he gets it. X7 win the grand finals with an absolute incredible comeback.
He popping off there with a 3K to wrap it all up, and that is 11-13. And what a series this has been. GG to both teams.
Pleasure.
Shaxters and X7 did amazing this game, and shout out to both.
Shout out to both of these teams. Congratulations to X7. We also want to thank Shaxters and our other team, Fandit, for playing on stream with us today. Thank you to all of our viewers and the rest of our players in our tournament. We have been Ember Studios coming to you with the Radiant Clash Cup number 8. Congratulations to our winners, X7. I don't know. I don't know. I just had a stroke there. I think that's it. That's it.